Yo, 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 yo! It is time to hatch some dragons! But before we do this, because we've got lots of dragons to be hatching today, I do very quickly want to go through the current Whalemart deals, because a lot of people have been talking about them, freaking out about them, because it seems like the Whalemart has actually become somewhat worthwhile this week, which is kind of crazy. Because normally Whalemart deals, it's like we get some okay deals, but this time, if you open up your black market, you'll see all of these breeding tokens that give you the chance to breed some actually important dragons for some people, and it's basically in exchange for nothing. So for example, you can get Pink Bloom in exchange for 10 energy tokens, you can spend 100,000 gold for the Magician, 1 scroll for Scribble, or 25,000 food for Aries. And I have looked up all of the combinations for these on the DML planner, which we'll go through later, but each of these only have a 1-day breeding time. So it's like 1 day and you got 1 chance to get it basically, or like a few attempts, especially if you've got some relics active. But definitely take these on if you need any of them. I've already got all these dragons, so it's not important to me. But we will jump into all of the combinations and their breeding chances and such a little bit later on. But anyway, like I said, the main part of today was about getting our big boys hatched. And of course, I am going to begin by hatching the one, the only, Hathor. So one thing about Hathor, despite the fact that I dislike the dragon in general, because it was the first exception dragon, I've always liked the egg. Quite a lot. What do you think? You like that egg? I like that egg. I think that's a quality egg. But of course, this was the major award from the most recent Divine event. Hathor is a Divine Shadow and Light dragon, and it is an exception dragon. It has a ton of HP, really high attack, but would I be using it in my team? Probably not, because mine's already got much higher level dragons and I've got ancient divines. But Hathor is still, even today, a very, very strong dragon. But the partner of the Ra dragon, the Hathor dragon, is the divine dragon of joy and love. Though kind and gentle, this dragon is not to be underestimated. After all, the power of love is immeasurable. Oh, I wish I could love you, Hathor. One other thing to note about Hathor in the baby form is that it has absolutely gigantic ears. And I genuinely believe it to be an elephant with a tiny neck. But I guess that's not all that important. But we will feed up Hathor, of course. I'll probably unlock its first 2 elements and upgrade those to level 6, just because why not? I've got the scrolls to do it. But, you know, a lot of people, especially if they didn't really have any divines before, if you manage to get a hold of Hathor and a couple of divines from this recent event, you should be set until next ancient event comes up. But Hathor is very extra dragon. Like, look at all of the extra jewels and things all over the body. And as I said, technically Hathor is supposed to be female, but canonically in game for DML, I claim Hathor to be male. Just like how my Nezha is female. It's true. It's true. But am I happy to finally have this dragon in my game? Not really. But I guess that is another dragon done skis and crossed off the list of ones to get. Maybe I'll sell it like I did for free. Anyway, the other dragon that we've got that is a divine is this bad boy over here. And this one, as you can probably guess, is Hephaestus, because he was dragon number 4 that I managed to get out of the divine event. Finally got this dragon after his original release a very long time ago. So, another divine to add to our islands. And do I seriously not even have any room? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm not doing that to Hephaestus. We're going to put him into an actual habitat. So we're going to vault a couple of other dragons that don't really need to be out. Okay, I don't really have any space. But we can pop him out now. I at least want my divines on show. Like, the legendaries, they can go in the vault. But the divines, I kind of want those out. You know what I mean? It's not important. But it's just a me thing. I just like having the divines out. Ha, look at that assault frig dragon. Anyway, forging a bond with the Hephaestus dragon is handy, on and off the battlefield. It will hammer away at the Vikings whenever they come out of the woodwork, as well as at any pesky stray nails in your home. How good would that be? Like, if you could own a pet that not only you could pet and it was strong and it could, like, win fights for you, like in a cockfighting ring. I'm not saying that to be, like, rude. That's an actual thing. But it also does all of your in-house DIY. How good would that be? Like, imagine if your dog could fix all of your cupboards. That's basically, Hephaestus is a dog that fixes cupboards. That's what I've gathered today. You know, overall, I'm actually kind of a fan of Hephaestus. He kind of has a weird look because of his eye. His eye's kind of creepy, but you know, I do like the theme behind him and the fact that he just hammers away, forges stuff I like, and I do like the colours. So, even though I got him 4th, I'm happy that I got him in the end, even though it came at this expensive, a few more gems than I would have liked, but it's fine. So the other dragon that we got today is, of course, another new dragon for me, and this is the bad boy, Mr. Digital, who is a very cute boy. Did you see that? When he does his little thing, when you pet him, he has like a big shiny eye. I'll show you in a minute, but very cool design for a dragon. Like, he's basically, you can just plug him in, plug and play. He's only a rare with 2 elements, and of course, normally I would only suggest you to use a dragon that has 3 elements. So having more elements means they've got more use for, like, castle events and things like that. But he's a good dragon for a collection. Hardwired for battle, the digital dragon is a perfect ally to have in the fight against the Vikings. Is it just me, or is that like one of the shortest descriptions for a dragon I've ever seen? It's like literally so short. You poor boy, they done you dirty, Digital. But look at how cool his legs are. There you go. If you pet him, look. He gets like a static eye, you know, as if you would on a TV that's turning off. He looks so cute. I did miss this dragon quite a few times. Oh my god, I think this might actually be the first dragon I'm going to throw in the Fountain of Youth on the 1st of the month, because he is just very, very cute in his baby form. But I will level him up into his adult form, and we'll take a look at him. But yeah, I don't know, his baby form is so good. I actually forgot how cool the baby form on Digital was. Like, the adult form's cool, right? He's got like a USB port on the back. I guess his butt is just a mouse scroll wheel. Like, in general, I just like the design of this. And in the adult form, when you pet it, if you petted him too many times, he gets like error messages in his eye. So this dragon actually has quite a lot of detail to it, more than you'd expect. But I'm a fan of this dragon. I'm happy that I finally managed to get it. So I will hope to remember to Fountain of Youth it, because you don't know this, for the Fountain of Youth, normally to babify is going to cost you more gems than I'd like, but if you do it on the 1st of each month, it only costs 1 gem for 1 dragon. So that's why if you're going to babify, do it on the 1st of the month. That way you don't waste any extra than you need to. But anyway, those are the new dragons that we wanted to get hatching. So much DCP and new dragons coming out of the wazoo. But of course, because we did hatch some divines, I do want to take Hathor for a quick spin. Because, you know, Hathor is kind of a special dragon in the sense of, you know, you're not going to get many Hathors very often. Probably going to be a while before we get another exception divine like that, just because of how long things take to come in. So I guess we'll throw Enroger in as well. There we go, we can have Enroger and Hathor together, which is honestly a pretty good start for a powerhouse disgusting team. Although at the same time, if you had a team like this, you'd still need a dragon that has the water element. So throw a Bahajir in there. Jeez, you've got a team going. That would be disgusting. Genuinely, that would be absolutely disgusting. Although you'd only have 1 AoE on a team like that with Enroger, Bahajir, and Hathor. But still, that would be pretty disgusting. I wouldn't say it'd be the most disgusting team ever, but it would be pretty disgusting. But of course, Divines and Ancients, you're not gonna get full usage out of them until they do get their level 6 skills unlocked, which means Hephaestus and Hathor here are kinda useless. But Ambrosia does have Divine Bless, Mass Bless of course, because why would I not? And that's just going to decimate. You see that? You go from dealing some damage to suddenly absolutely demolishing the opposition. And to top it all off, he also has Mass Leech. So now they've been double buffed, and now they're gonna do even more damage. Of course, that's what we do in dungeon, that's the whole dungeon shebang in a very basic nutshell. But yeah, that's those dragons in a couple of battles, so you can at least take a look at them. But coming back to DML, of course, right now we've got Bright Delights on. I'm honestly probably not going to play the event very much because I don't really care. If you do care, I hope you can get your hands on the new dragon. But I'm probably just going... Oh yeah, I don't need to feed up again. I'm probably just going to sit this one out, because I really don't care enough for a leaderboard dragon. But we've got weekend events, we got that black market stuff, and I did say regarding the Whalemart that we would take a look at each of these combinations, because if you don't want to activate the token straight away and you want to wait until, say, tomorrow or Sunday to activate it, then what you can do is instead of purchasing it, you can click the info button and it will show you what combination you need to use to breed this dragon if you were to take out the token. And so for example, Pink Bloom here, you'd need honey plus snow, and so honey plus snow, 12 possible outcomes total, and good luck getting any of these dragons, by the way, because they have a lot of possible outcomes. But these are all the other dragons that you could possibly get from this combination. If you go for Pink Bloom, for the Magician, I imagine some people are really desperate to get it for the yearly collection and they might have missed it before. For the Magician, you got a chance of breeding it with Ice plus Tree, and Ice plus Tree, 11 possible outcomes total. And of course, we've got all these other dragons, and then Legendary is going to have that 2-day breeding time, which will make it really easy to see, but still, your chances are not very high. Third breeding token we've got is for Mr. Scribble, who's just a singular scroll in his cost, so very, very cheap. And to breed him, you need to breed together Lava plus Eel, and Lava plus Eel, 12 possible outcomes. So they all have just about over 10 possible outcomes total, which is kind of a big pain. A big, big, big pain. And then the final one that we've got is Aries, who's another X-Dragon of the Month, and combo for him would be Boiling plus Tornado, and this one has 10 possible outcomes again, and these are the possible dragons that you could get. So, that is all 4 of those Whalemart breeding tokens. I do wish you the best of luck if you take them out, because your chances are not high. Your best way, or your best bet of getting any of them, is using relics, like double egg relics, if you've got them, if you're trying to breed these dragons. But that one day only, it's gonna be tough, honestly. It's unlikely that you're gonna get these dragons unless you use relics. And unless you're using like your Chronos time skips and any other relic skips that you can. So best of luck with breeding these guys. The other dragons that we have coming up, because next week we have a cake craze and obviously new dragon of the week being Marshmallow. We do have some breeding blitz events next week. It is just breeding frenzy like crazy at the moment. I don't really know what's going on. And this time, this combination here, Axolotl plus Marshmallow, is the combination that you can use to breed the Libra dragon. So as you can see, with this combination, total, Libra has about a 1.37% chance of being bred. That's base. But all of these other dragons, it's actually easier to breed Libra this time than it was in the previous breeding blitz for Libra. But you can see that the highest timer is a 16-hour timer for Frostbite. For the most part, you're going to have 8 hours or less as the possible outcomes. So, best of luck if you're going for that Libra breeding when it comes up. We also have another breeding blitz in the, I guess, in theme, where you can breed together 2 other dragons to get your hands on Warlock. And Warlock would be another dragon of the month that people might want to get their hands on, but to get him you'll need the Circus and Moon Dragon, and the Circus Dragon is the reward dragon from the upcoming Cake Craze on September the 24th. If you do want to see all of this event information that I am basically just throwing out, it is also on the DML Discord. So you can see all of this, the bot event schedule postings. Essentially we've got Bottomless Dungeon as always, that's got Summer in it, and Axolotl in it. Then New Sigil map. Then we have the 2 Blitz breeding events, Cake Craze, Dragon of the Week. That's basically everything. So, that's basically what I just went through. It's just breeding at the moment. It's like we've just come out of a major event, and then immediately afterwards we basically get a Dragon's Delight, and then we have more breeding to do. It's just constant breeding at the moment in DML. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm actually really supportive of little black market deals like this. I think it will entice a lot of people to waste a lot of gems and a lot of relics, which is what they want before the next ancient event. But at the same time, it does give people the opportunity to breed these dragons when otherwise they would have just not been available. So imagine if every week we could have a Whalemart that gave a new breeding token. Doesn't have to be just a one-day breeding token, but just a new breeding token every week. Wouldn't that be cool? I would love that. That would actually make black market really exciting. Of course, when we are in the middle of major events, it's not a good idea to be breeding unless you've got 2 breeding dens active. But outside of those periods, like right now, although, you know, we do have Dragon's Delight, but who cares? But outside of the major events, you know, there's no reason not to throw out loads of breeding tokens and things like this. Like, imagine if they brought out some of the really old dragons of the month, and dragons that haven't been available for a really long time via this method. I would be really supportive, I would really like it, and I'm sure lots of other people would as well. So take this as positive feedback, Gameloft. Thumbs up from me to continue with, like, mini sporadic deals like this. Like, it doesn't have to be all the time, but, you know, they've thrown the bait out now. And they're gonna entice people to want to get it more and more. But, anyway, for now, I am gonna skedaddle. So, best of luck. I hope that you managed to get Hathor yourself if you were going for Hathor in the end. I've got it. Maybe I'll sell it, who knows. But we did it. We basically cleared out the entire Divine event. So, I guess for now, I will continue with my break and not worry about bright delights. In the meantime, I hope you get everything that you want, and best of luck preparing for those Blitz breedings and those Whalemart breedings if you should choose to do so. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.